So you want to move to San Antonio, Texas? Well, I'm Brian.
And I'm Brenda with Lone Star Home Realty, and together we will help you navigate everything about buying, selling, and living in the greater San Antonio area.
Today we're doing a deep dive into one of the biggest questions we get every day. What's ahead for the San Antonio housing market in 2026?
Well, we're going to cover what's happening nationally, what's happening here in Texas, and then we're going to narrow it all the way down to what it means living right here in the Northeast San Antonio area, including Schertz, Cibolo, New Braunfels, and Seguin.
So whether you're relocating to Texas, buying your first home, or thinking about selling, stay tuned. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of where the market's headed and what smart moves you can make right now.
And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, and drop us a comment below letting us know if you're a buyer, a seller, or you're just planning ahead. We love tailoring our updates with what matters most to you.
Before we zoom in on Texas, let's start with the big picture. According to the National Association of Realtors, U.S. home sales are projected to rise about 4.5 million in 2026, and mortgage rates are expected to hover around 6%. A new normal? Maybe. After those ultra-low pandemic rates, that's crazy.
Exactly. The higher rate environment has cooled things down nationwide. It's not a crash, it's just a correction towards a balanced market. Buyers now have more time. Sellers are realizing pricing and presentation matters again.
A lot.
It matters a lot to sellers.
Inventory is also building up across the country. At NAR, economists say the frenzy is over. 2026 will likely continue this more normal pace.
So nationally, we're looking at slower but steadier growth. And that's important context for Texas because the mortgage rates and the overall consumer confidence flow straight into our state's housing market.
Now let's zoom into our home state. Texas Realtors and the Texas Real Estate Research Center have released some fascinating data.
The June 2025 Texas Housing Insight Report shows the statewide median home price was $345,000. That's barely up from the $340,000 a year before. And that's a sign of stabilizing prices.
They also show inventory around 5.7 months supply statewide, up from about 4.5 months last year. A balanced market is roughly 5 to 6 months, so we've officially shifted from a strong seller's market into a more balanced territory.
So that means we're right smack in the middle of balance. It does not either way, but it's definitely balanced out the market for now. According to the Texas Real Estate, home sales across the state were up about 4.9% in Q3 2025, even though the median price dipped slightly down 1.5% to about $335,000.
One fun stat from their 2025 home buyers and sellers report, Texans are twice as likely as the average national home buyer to buy new construction homes. That's a great insight for our area. Since the Northeast San Antonio Air Corridor has a ton of new build options, don't be thinking about those sales consultants having your best interest at heart. They don't.
They
really don't. They're working for the builder.
Don't forget that.
You still need to be represented on a new build.
Most people think that when you go buy a new build, that the sales reps in there are out to look out for you and you don't need an agent.
They're so friendly.
They're so nice, and they are. They're super nice. We love the home build sales reps. But they're there to look out for the home builder. That's their interest. So
that's who they work for.
Make sure that you do hire a knowledgeable realtor, us, to represent you, because we want to make sure that you're definitely protected in that whole process.
We go the extra mile for our new build clients. Most realtors don't do what we do with our new builds.
No. So what does that all mean? The Texas market is not crashing, it's normalizing. I know it feels like it's crashing, it's really slow, but it's just normalizing. Home values are holding steady, buyers have leverage, and sellers just need to be more strategic. They need to make sure that they're placing things right, they're pricing it right, everything is in order, which really wasn't needed in the pandemic.
The pandemic, you could throw a for sale sign in the front yard and it was gone in an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Without doing anything.
Okay, so let's bring it home literally to the San Antonio real estate area.
The research projects that the San Antonio metro area will add about 80,000 households in the next 4 years. That's a lot of people. That's a huge long-term demand driver. Even with slower price growth, we'll have steady population momentum, and that's just, I can't even imagine the traffic.
It's just mind-boggling. Our little towns are no longer little towns.
Yeah.
They're growing and
Yes,
growing and growing. So it's kind of chaotic, but that's what we're dealing with. So all of this is supported by real migration data. People are continuing to move here from California, Illinois, New York, because it's just more affordable. We have jobs and it's a very relaxed lifestyle here.
They're moving here from everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, literally everywhere, but primarily those states.
Yeah.
You know, and the inventory is increasing here too. Builders are offering more incentives, price cuts, rate buy downs, upgraded packages, and existing home sellers are having to compete with those new construction deals.
And that's true. That's such a hard thing to compete with. I know the lenders are having a hard time competing with the new construction. There's just a lot that's happening.
And when you have existing homes that are still in a
new build
neighborhood
area
that's not been built out yet,
it's
really difficult to sell your home.
Complex.
Yeah.
The research says 2/3 of the Texas home sellers in mid-2025 had to lower their list price by at least $5,000, and the average seller concession hit about $13,000. That's reality now. That's what we're dealing with, and negotiations are definitely back on the table.
So pricing is extremely important.
Yeah.
You have to be realistic about what pricing is.
Well, and you also have to be realistic about having to drop the price and make seller concessions and throw things in you didn't have to do before. It's a totally different world than it was.
Locally, the San Antonio area closed about 35,000 homes in 2024, up 7% from 2023, with the median price around $308,000. That tells us our market is pretty realistic and active.
It's active, but it's more realistic than it was. For the buyers, especially here in Cibolo, Schertz, Seguin, and New Braunfels, that means that there's more options, there's more breathing room, and fewer bidding wars.
For sellers, it means your home must stand out. It's got to be ready.
Yep.
Great photos, strong curb appeal, smart pricing. That's the key right there, is smart pricing.
Yeah.
It must be showroom ready when you go to list.
So we're in about the middle of this. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you never miss your monthly updates and the neighborhood spotlights for San Antonio area. Okay, let's talk about what 2026 is expected to look like. It's kind of hard to say 2026, isn't it? What it's expected to look like and what the economists and the analysts are projecting.
First, I'm going to have my own little spin on this in a minute, but mortgage rates are expected to stabilize right around the 5.5 to 6 mark. Inflation's cooling, but the Fed isn't planning massive cuts. So buyers should plan their budgets around today's rates. Not hope for that 3% again. That's not going to happen.
Nope, not at all.
Not without another pandemic.
And we don't want that.
We don't want that. No more pandemics.
Second, home price growth in Texas will likely stay modest, about 3% a year in most metros. And according to the projections, in some areas, we might even see small dips before the price flattens out again.
Third, inventory and days on market are expected to continue rising. We're already seeing about 5.5 to 6 months of inventory statewide, which means more homes to choose from and longer average market times. There's some homes that have been on the market for over a year.
So as a seller, you need to be aware of that and you need to be prepared. Some houses, we had a house go just the other day in a week. I mean, it was like on the market, had a contract, had 4 days, and it was off the market, ready to close it out. But in reality, most houses are definitely staying on a lot longer. So
Yes.
Just be prepared. No, it's not necessarily your home. It is definitely a change in the market. Fourth, buyers have more leverage. Concessions, repairs, and price adjustments will continue to be part of the deal in 2026. Great news if you're purchasing, but sellers need to make sure they're planning for that.
And finally, population and job growth in Texas remain strong. San Antonio's base of military, medical, and tech jobs keeps our region more stable than some other metros.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stability here.
If you're thinking about buying, here's your playbook for 2026.
Step 1, get pre-approved. Now, run your numbers at the 6% interest rate, and it's always best to be prepared for the worst case scenario. If they drop and you can get a lower one, woohoo, great for you. But let's run the numbers so you make sure you're prepared at the higher interest rate.
Step 2, narrow your focus. Pick 2 or 3 Northeast San Antonio communities or neighborhoods and start tracking them weekly.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're narrowing it down, because if you're looking at like all of San Antonio, it's going to be mind-boggling. So make sure you narrow that down to specific areas, specific communities that you're really interested in, and just keep an eye on it.
What's step 3?
Number 3, work with a local agent who really knows the corridor like us. The conditions vary. I mean, they can vary from neighborhood to neighborhood, sometimes street to street.
Yeah.
All depends on the area. So you need somebody who's really knowledgeable and really understands the area.
Step 4, inspect thoroughly and don't be shy about negotiating. Concessions are part of today's market. I mean, it's really incredible what kind of deals you can get out there if you're a buyer.
Yeah. Okay, step 5, think long term. You're gonna want to plan to hold on to this home for at least 5 to 10 years. This is definitely not a buy and flip and sell anymore. It's just a totally different market. So make sure when you're looking that you're planning on staying there for at least 5 to 10 years.
And a little bit longer than that if necessary.
Yeah.
Because equity is what is the key. So step 6, prioritize location and resale value over chasing the cheapest deal.
Now, for our sellers, here's your 2026 checklist.
Get a current market analysis. Know what's selling and how long it's taking your subdivision.
So understand your market. Number 2, prepare your property. Stage it, freshen up the curb appeal, fix the small stuff. Buyers have a lot of options now, and it's critically important that you see your home, how the buyer's gonna see it. You take a really tough look on it, and you're gonna want a really seasoned and knowledgeable realtor in your corner, because they're gonna when we go in, we're going to, I hate to say nitpick your house, but we're gonna nitpick.
We're gonna be brutally honest. We're gonna ask you for permission to be brutally honest with you, but we are going to be brutally honest.
Okay, number 3, babe, what is that?
Price. You have to price it realistically. Forget 2021 pricing. Buyers are informed and cautious.
Absolutely. Number 4, be strategic with your timing. If you list early in 2026 before the spring rush, you'll face less competition at that time.
But right now, there's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah, there is.
Highlight your location's growth story. If you're in a new school, commercial center, or road expansion, that's a big selling point.
Sometimes. Unless they're building in your backyard, then you're gonna wanna Okay, number 6, plan for negotiation. Build some flexibility into your numbers for concessions, the rate buy-down requests, if they come up. Just know that you're gonna have to be flexible, and you're gonna have to be willing to give more than you would have in the years prior.
So let me tell you my little test of what's gonna possibly happen in 2026 as far as rates. I believe they're gonna come down into the 5s, the mid 5s, maybe even low 5s.
Ooh, okay.
Because the Fed will make some changes, and there will be some rate relief. However, we're going to face some also increases in insurance costs. So
you think it's going to go up?
It's going to go up. It is going up.
Oh, it's already high.
It's going to go up. Probably about another 8%.
Another 8%?
Yeah.
Holy Toledo. So get prepared, people. It's not an easy fix. It's definitely not an easy one fix everything, because it doesn't. So that's our full 2026 San Antonio housing forecast, from the national trends to right here what's happening in San Antonio corridor.
To sum it up, expect a balanced market, steady population growth, modest appreciation, and more opportunities for well-prepared buyers and sellers.
If you're planning to buy, sell, or relocate in 2026, now's the time to start planning.
We'd love to help you any way we can. Visit us at LoneStarHomeRealty.com or reach out directly for no pressure, no obligation consultation about your goals.
And remember, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so that you never miss one of our monthly updates and our neighborhood spotlights.
So drop us a comment below about what you thought about this video and what you think about 2026. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. And we'll
see if
banter back and forth.
Yeah. Make sure you pick out one feature in the market that you're questioning or you're really excited or interested in, and we will try and feature it in our next video.
Hey, thanks for watching. Let's make sure that your next move to or from San Antonio is a smart one.
We're here to help
We're happy
you.
to help you any way we can.
Have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.